unfortunate incident here at Raja Chambers, room B004, the basement, where a client.
For centuries, people have accessed loans to build businesses, get that fast funding to make personal investments, and even to help cover that emergency at home. But unlike what the Bible says about not charging interest on loans given to a brother, in business, there is always an interest charge accrued on every loan, and that varies from bank to bank and to any money-lending financial institution. So we all agree that money is sweet. It's even sweeter when it is unexpected. Say a gift from a friend, a money donation, or even a quick loan from a moneylender. But every loan must be paid back, and more so with interest. For some people, there's discipline and urgency in paying back what they are owed. But unfortunately, others are filled with so much anger at the thought of even paying back money owed to them. Unfortunately, one businessman would fall into the hands of a bitter man, distressed by the accumulating interest on a loan he so happily received. Welcome and welcome back to Tavern Crime Chronicles. Here we explore mysterious, chilling, solved and unsolved cases, approaching them with empathy and extensive research. If you have the nerve for fascinating stories, this is your channel. So grab a drink and hydrate while I take you through the heartbreaking story of a moneylender shot dead by a displeased, angry client. Today's story takes us to Kampala, the capital of Uganda, sitting on about 3,000 square miles. The Ugandan capital has a growing population of about 7 million people in the metropolitan area. It houses almost all the government offices, and big businesses are springing up every day. In East Africa, Kampala is well known for its nightlife, which ranges from laid-back bars and super clubs that you can see at almost every corner. You can be sure to count on the happy Ugandan people for company when you visit, because they are so friendly, more so to foreigners. Because it's the central business district, people are known to come from far and wide in search of better opportunities and a chance to elevate their families. However, in the city, the cost of living is constantly rising, and if you do not work, you most likely will not eat. And so people wake up very early in the mornings, rushing to their places of work in search of their daily bread. But one day, business people in one building along the Parliamentary Avenue would witness a murder in the early morning hours at 10 a.m. when an angry police constable fired bullets at an unsuspecting money lender, killing him instantly. This is the story of Uttam Bhandari Saramal. Born in India, Bhandari, together with his family, moved to Uganda in search of business ventures. Indians are well known to be conservative, hardworking, and very passionate people about their trade. And it was not long before Bhandari opened a money-lending business, becoming the director at TFS Financial Services Limited, located at Raja Chambers along the Parliamentary Avenue. Business was going well, but obviously with the usual challenges experienced by money lenders, and that is where we meet Ivan Wabwire. Ivan Wabwire was a police constable working with the Uganda police, and because of this, it availed him with access to salary loans, especially with banks or financial institutions with which they have an agreement, and such was with TFS Financial Services Limited. On 11th of May 2023, Ivan, while dressed in civilian clothes, met with Mr. Uttam Bhandari to establish his loan status that he had acquired a year before and further discuss how to better trade it off with a salary loan at Stanbic Bank, William Street branch. You see, Ivan had earlier taken loans that were accumulating, and he needed a way out, and these here are the facts to his story. On the 5th of August 2020, Ivan acquired a loan of 1 million Ugandan shillings with an interest of 320,000 Ugandan shillings after a period of 1 year. The total remittance being 1,320,000 Ugandan shillings, or 12-month installments of Ugandan shillings 110,000. Again, on the 5th of May 2020, he acquired the second loan of Ugandan shillings 1 million on similar terms, but defaulted on the loan. You see, when one defaults on a loan acquired, there is a penalty given, thus the loan accrues, and the total amount of money to remit definitely increases. Unfortunately, that was the case for Wabwire. and when he met with the director, Mr. Uttam Bhandari, that afternoon on 11th of May 2023, he was not convinced by the outstanding loan quotation. He went home unhappy and devised a plan. 12th of May 2023, on this fateful day, Ivan Wabwire, clad in full uniform, picked an SMG rifle with 4 magazines, totaling to 120 rounds of ammunition that had been left in the room by Private Constable Stephen Maramba, his roommate. Ivan did not possess a rifle of his own because he had been previously diagnosed with a mental illness that deemed him unfit to carry any weapon, and more so a rifle, a chronic mental illness called schizophrenia. His roommate Stephen had received a phone call while at work on night duty urging him to go see his sick child, and he left in a hurry without handing in the rifle to the office armory after his shift. Whether Ivan had a sinister plan in mind, or seeing his roommate's gun gave him an idea putting the nail on the coffin, but on that day, Ivan got onto a Boda motorcycle and went straight to Raja Chambers along Parliament Avenue, where TFS Financial Services Limited's office was located. He signed into the visitor's book at office reception and went straight to meet Mr. Uttam Bhandari. While maintaining a standing position with his hand held on the gun, they had a short verbal exchange with the director. As seen in the CCTV cameras, that without a doubt was quite a horrific scene to watch, as if clipped from a movie film. Ivan scanned the room for cameras as he appeared to be looking around and instantly fired at the camera without a miss, shattering it instantly. Before the shock of the gunfire could wear off, he was raining bullets at Mr. Bhandari, and he fell off his chair holding on and gasping for breath as his body slowly drained of blood. TFS employees and their clients who had trickled in already for business appointments were now screaming for help and running towards the door to save their lives. Ivan appeared so calm and confident, like he knew his mission so well. He walked towards the door and probably remembered something, and he returned to the scene. Quickly looking through the documents on Bhandari's desk, he removed his own loan documents, most likely to remove any traces of his presence, fired more shots at the dying director, fatally wounding him, and left him for dead. After the deadly shooting, Ivan moved out of the office confidently and jumped onto the Boda motorcycle that had brought him to Raja Chambers, and it took him back to CPS, Central Police Station. He returned the gun, asked a colleague to watch over it, and he disappeared. Meanwhile, everything happened so fast, and the police had not yet received a report of a murder having been committed or even an alarm of something suspicious, despite the fact that Raja Chambers is conveniently located close to the police station. It is unfortunate that there was no quick reaction or thoughtful intervention regarding the conduct of the officer before, during, and after the shooting. Had he been interjected as he left the office by a group of men, maybe he would have been apprehended immediately. However, Ivan escaped to his village in Busia district and was planning to cross into Kenya when the police flying squad team arrested him. As they say, there is no perfect murder. Unbeknownst to him, there was another CCTV camera, and the police identified him immediately, tracked him, and apprehended him just a few kilometers into Kenya on the 14th of May 2023. Upon return to Kampala, he was transferred to Kampala Metropolitan Headquarters for medical examination and found to be of sound mind. Upon interrogation, he was not remorseful for the murder he had committed, but rather said the victim had cheated him, so he had to kill him. It's true that the tragic murder could have been avoided if the owner of the killer weapon, Private Constable Stephen Maramba, had not left it unattended in their shared room. He paid the price for his gross negligence, for he was charged and sent to prison for 18 months, and thereafter, he was dishonorably dismissed from the police force. It's so unfortunate that a young man working hard to make a living and even better other people's lives by availing them with loans lost his life at the hands of an ingrate who did not want to clear his loan. Ivan Wabwire is now serving at Luzira prison on remand and awaits to face a death sentence by hanging upon conviction. We grieve with the family for their loss and even pray that the police will promote better gun handling techniques and community safety. The Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni showed great concern as he demanded answers from the police. He condoled with the Indian community, asking them to feel confident in their stay in the country, as the perpetrator would be brought to justice. And this here brings us to the end of today's case. As usual, kindly share your thoughts in the comment section below and tell us what you think about today's case. Well, thank you for watching and see you next time.